Here we go.
Happy New Year!
Feliz 2026!
Welcome.
Yoo-hoo, fireworks, that's Panama last night.
Panama City. It's good to be back.
Yeah,
Good to be back.
We've had a couple weeks off, so, well, not really, but
The holidays are always a little crazy, but we said this is where we want to be, January 1st.
Oh, I
Back with
forgot
you
to
guys.
turn the light on.
Do you have it set up?
Yeah, it's just over there.
I'll turn it on.
Well, it's not
You'll see us
quite
a little
set
bit better.
up. No, that's a little exaggeration.
It's not like
No.
it's not set up.
You
You
guys
do it.
figure it out. You guys say hi to everyone. We're still a minute away.
We're in a new location.
We're in a new location, guys. Sorry for this technical.
There's some moving going on.
Yeah.
The picture should be up by next week.
Yeah, Ron will put his pictures back up.
Rody is happily a new homeowner.
Hi guys. Heather from Alberta, welcome. Margaret, Phyllis, Paul, Happy New Year, everyone. Faye in Canada. Paul Cayenne, how are you liking the city? Ellen, I love to see all these
Can you
names.
plug it?
Thanks for joining, you guys, spending your January 1st with us.
Well, I guess that never made it for the move. Had to buy a new bulb.
Oh, bummer.
We still have a minute.
You can still see us. We just don't have our fashion light on us.
Yeah. Oh, here you goes.
There's need some lighting behind us.
We have some exciting announcements tonight, you guys.
We do.
So we'll try and be quick with some announcements. Ooh,
Woo! There, does that look better on the screen?
I don't think so.
No.
We look very
Yeah.
orange.
Yeah, no, that's because you're orange.
Yeah. It's
It's
really not.
It's better like that.
Yeah.
Figure that one out at a later date. And then we'll get this show on the road. Coming through.
My brother. Are you man? Right.
Hey. All right, guys. Said hello to everybody. We did not know New Year's Day how many people were going to on this call, but we got together as we always do. I was at their house for Christmas. They came here for New Year's. We had a wonderful barbecue. We met with our Turkey Highlands group, and we said, hey, let's do a Q&A tonight since we're here. So that is why we're here, and we want to thank you guys for joining us. And we have something special for each of you. I just wanted to get, there we go. We're moving into the question. Now, this is honestly, like I said in the email, it's the first day of 2026. For those of you that 2026 is your year, make this your call tonight. Ask those questions that you've been thinking about and you really want to get the answers to, and we will answer them for you. Now, I'm not sure why the dogs are growling at each other right now, but we might have to ask them to leave. So in the chat, folks, please ask your questions. And then, yeah. Okay, we had to solve that one for the night. We are very informal tonight. Usually, oh no, we're always
New setup. Dogs are figuring out their areas.
Yeah.
I mean, he's even in boxes right now.
Yeah. So if you have a question about your move, please type it in the chat. And first of all, everyone on here, we are giving each one of you for arriving tonight $100. Oscar, bring up the money.
Is that how it works?
It's like 10 grand we're giving away here. Okay,
I'll have it on my Jappy.
we're not quite doing that. Anyone on this call, this has not been publicized anywhere. Anyone on this call tonight who books a 2026 tour with us or purchase the access packs in the next 2 weeks, you get a $100 discount.
Woohoo!
100 off. Just type in the coupon code that's in the checkout, the word 100 OFF. I just put it in the chat. And that will only be good till January 15th. So get your 2026 tour booked and get the $100 off. Comes right off right at the beginning. So instead of a $500 deposit, you'll pay a $400.
It's very rare we do discounts because we feel we give a lot, put
This
a lot
is
of
the
value
first one of the
in what
year.
we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So if you've been waiting for it,
it was the first one of the year.
oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Kidding. No, I don't think we did one last year.
No,
So,
very rare. So
yeah,
jump
very
on
rare.
it if you've been wanting to get the Panama Total Access Pass or book a tour. Now's the
Yeah,
time.
now's the time to get your discount. All righty. So that was our thank you for you guys for joining us tonight. And look, I just saw another 20 people just joined. Hey guys, $100 off. 100 off is your discount code for booking a tour and access pass tonight. Okay, so we're getting started. This is a really Oscar, Megan, Rod, who's usually the worst. 1 minute a person. Okay. Tell us who we are, because I'm seeing so many names here I've never seen. I'm just attempting to share my screen.
Yeah, so we'll quickly tell you guys who we are so you know if there's any newcomers here, and then we'll jump into your questions.
Okay.
So Rod's showing you our website, so you can see a little bit there. We are Retiring Panama Tours. We have our 7-day cross-country tour, our 3-day Cherokee Highlands tour, and our Total Access Pass for people who don't want to do a tour, maybe don't need it, and just need that extra support to get them moved here and set up with the right contacts and set up in a way that's stress-free. So I'm Megan. I'm our operations director. I'm from Pennsylvania. And if you come on any of our tours or book our Total Access Pass, I'll help get you set up, make sure you're ready to travel to Panama, ready for your move. You'll be in contact with me via email, phone call, as well as the whole team. If you come on a tour, you'll be with my husband, Oscar, the whole time. And Rod is always here to answer all of your questions too. So I moved here in 2018, and I was originally a Peace Corps volunteer. Now I live in Boquete. I met Oscar into my 2nd year of the Peace Corps and ended up staying here. Now we have a 3-year-old, and I absolutely love our community. I think it's amazing. It's super diverse and such a welcoming community, as well as a lot of the communities throughout Panama. And so now I spend most of my time here. If you come on tour with us or if you move to Boquete, I'll absolutely meet you and love to grab coffee with you. And yeah, I think that's my 1 minute cutoff. So who's next?
All right. My name is Rod. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I moved here 14 years ago. And sitting way over there to my left, it was my expat relocation guide 14 years ago, folks. 14 and a half. So yeah, Oscar was already in that business here. I didn't know what I was doing. I was in trouble. He fixed me up. He got me set up with the right immigration people, got my vehicle done, got me a driver's license, just one thing after another. All of those steps that we currently do, he was doing. So we have the experience, folks. We have combined years. We're running probably well over 35 years, combined years to helping expats move to Panama. So that's all I'm saying. Oscar, go on.
Well, thank you first of all for joining us tonight, and Happy New Year. I'm Oscar Peña. I'm originally from Cali, Colombia. I've been here in Panama since 2009. It's been 17 years and a half. And I've been working with the tourism industry since 2006. I studied, my background is studying hotel management back in Colombia. Loved it with passion, what we do, tourism. And for me, I consider it like I try to be a bridge in between the two cultures, since I have a quite a bit extensive experience working in the international tourism industry with mostly North American people. And this country has offered a lot of the opportunities for people from North America, US, and Canada mainly, but also for many other countries, including Colombia, like for me. And I thought that if I speak the language and I'm very familiar with the culture, because Panamanians and Colombians were not that different, what would be for somebody who doesn't speak the language or is unaware of the culture? So there was a need that I saw, and I started by helping one-on-one, and it's now my business partner and brother, Rod, and my wife, we running this beautiful family business operation to try to help out and make sure that all people are coming and getting to learn about this beautiful country, getting to see what is the real truth, and also like to make sure this is it's going to be a right fit or not for you guys. And if it is, well, of course, you're going to have all support all the way to the end, and that's our stand. And thank you again for being here on the
Okay.
USA.
All righty. We are moving right into questions. And the first question I'm going to take because it has to do with pets. Yes, if you're moving in here, if you're moving to Panama, you got to bring the pets with you. Okay. So Candace asked, we're wondering what vaccinations your Chihuahua would need. Oh, no, there's a rule against Chihuahuas in Panama. They're not allowed here.
People love their chihuahuas.
Kidding.
here.
I love Chihuahuas. Okay. Of course, we're going to bring. Now, I'm going to probably really bastardize these vaccinations, but the vaccinations are distemper, hepatitis, and parvovirus. That's typically the DAPP vaccine, one shot for those three. Then the leptospirosis, which can now be included in DAPP, so it still might only be one shot. And then the rabies. So, but I'm going to give you, Candace, the link to the step. Sorry, I didn't get, sorry. Megan slaps my hand. It's off camera. And she slaps my hand when I'm not watching. So I'm putting the link in the chat right now. The title is Bringing Your Pets to Panama from the USA and Canada. It has all the required documentation and steps for you, Candace. How to bring precious metals into Panama. That's a general question. You know, I think we're going to do a Q&A on this in the future, moving stuff like that. Because if you're, there's two things. And now I've done this with both coins and bars. And they're treated differently here, although really should they. Coins are brought in by face value. So if I buy a collectible coin for $800, and let's say it's a $1 face value coin, it only comes in as a $1 value. So there's no duties, there's no customs, anything like that. So if you're bringing in your eagles or your maple leafs or your Congo bird, I can never say that word of the Australian one, or your pandas, and if you're bringing in $100 $1 ones, you're actually bringing in $100. That's how they actually value it here, not $3,400 a piece. Now, if you're bringing in bars or chunks and stuff like that, then you do need to get a hold of someone to move that for you, so it comes through customs. Because if you try to bring it in yourself and you claim it, some customs officer is going to say, "Oh, this is worth $87,000, so you owe us 7%, and we're not giving you your gold back until you give us 7%," which is totally untrue. It's not how it works here. So there are some fees, so it all depending. But I will also say, Christine, is there's no place to put it in Panama. And yes, some people might argue, yes, there's a place in Panama City. There's no place that we're confident in yet in putting it. You're basically, have to, and there's no. Our banks don't have safety deposit boxes like the U.S. There are some small banks, some banks with some. Like right now in Banco General, I asked them 2 years ago, the wait list was 6 years for a safety deposit box. And that's basically, there's not many other banks that actually carry them. So you might need to be looking for storage back at home for your stuff if you have enough stuff that you want to store it. So keep all that in mind. And if you're coming on one of our tours, we will put you directly in touch with a guy who basically does this. He's a security. We've had people met on private planes with their stash and escorted, and with total secrecy, privacy, moving precious metals around the country. It can be done. So there we go. Okay, next one. We're back to pets again. Hey, Judith, tell us about moving to pets. Well, Judith, you saw I put that article in there. I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to get into vets, though. I'm going to leave it at that for moving the pets because that's the complete instructions. There's a direct link in there to contact us if you have any questions. We also provide a service starting at $250 to do all that, like basically walk you through the whole process. And we also, if you have some, I call them problem pets, a bull-nosed dog, 150-pound mastiff, we also have some solutions that we can connect you with. So use the contact form on that page. Now, as far as vet care here, it's vaccines and stuff like that cost about the same. But we don't, Panama doesn't get discounted vaccines like I really wish they did. But the visit is typically $15 to $20 for a vet visit. Now, my dog was going, I had a dog that just had a major surgery 3 weeks ago. And she had a giant mass on her kidney and into her bladder. And it was restricting her ability to go to the bathroom. And pretty painful for her, and she had blood and the whole thing. And we went through 6 weeks, every 2 weeks, to get a ultrasound. So the vet visit and ultrasound, and it was 30, 45 minutes each time I was there, was $50. That's vet visit and ultrasound. So we decided to do the surgery because she would have been blocked off totally from going to the bathroom, and obviously we had to do it. And the entire surgery was quoted at around $300. So, and she was in there 4 nights, and that included the 4 nights in the hotel. So vet care here is affordable. It's good. I've never had, I always have project dogs.
Hey, Rob, what about, do we know any details about the project in Panama City, about the public?
Yes.
Pet,
it's not open yet. I was really waiting I want to see it. But they are starting a public animal hospital for animals, well, for pets. And I think it's mostly to get them sterilized, get them off the streets, help people pay for the poorer people who can't afford. I know it sounds crazy, but $300 or $400 surgery is some people's salaries, right? So if they have a pet, Panama is opening a public hospital for pets in Panama City. And I'm very interested in that project. I want to see more of it. Okay, let's talk about healthcare in Panama City specifically.
Good transition. Yeah, so Panama City, has the top hospitals in the whole country. So we, on our 7-day tour, will go on the first day to Pacific Salud Hospital, which is associated with John Hopkins Hospital, and has a whole international program for people that even want to do medical tourism, come here for procedures because it's so much more affordable than in the States or faster than in Canada. So really amazing hospitals in Panama City and in other areas of the country too, but they definitely have the most options. Clinics, and even public system too. But private is really top care.
Yeah. Actually, it's one of the best healthcares in Central America.
There's a great liaison that we work with that works there for international patients, and he does a tour for our groups on our tour.
Yeah, it's an amazing guy to connect. He's also very well connected in the medical industry in Panama City, even in the country.
Yeah, and that's not the only one. The Panama Clinic is fantastic too.
Yeah, even the Paitilla is also very very good hospital in Panama City as well. Very affordable compared to others. It's kind of underrated too.
Cool.
And you can get health insurance here if you're going to be a
Yes.
resident in Panama.
Yep.
And then you'll be covered in all of the private system here.
Yeah, like any of you guys on this call, the younger folks, the under 50, you shouldn't even be considering whether or not you got health insurance. It's so affordable for you. It's going to be $100, $150 a person tops. And that's for 100% coverage, guys. You get in an accident, you don't take your wallet out of your pocket except to show your card. For people that started, you're retired folks, 60s, I'm only paying $248 right now. And that's also 100% coverage in Panama. So get it while you can. Get it before any pre-existing conditions start.
$248 is monthly.
Yeah, $248 is monthly. And I have a $1,000 deductible for out-of-hospital stuff, but my in-hospital emergency is 100%. Okay. Hey, Heather, drone laws. Yes, there are drone laws. And they're all written in Spanish, so learn up. I just, right on the drone laws, I was a droner. I haven't done much here, but I actually lost my last drone in between moves. Can't figure that out. But they actually, there's an updated 2025. I just put it in the chat on dronelaws.com for the country of Panama. So you do have to get the license. You do have to, but how enforced is it?
No, really.
From what I've understood, it's only over a certain height or
And
distance
also
that they
if
get more strict.
yeah, but also it depends on the location. Like if you're in the middle of the country, like who's gonna tell you anything? Nobody.
Yeah.
But if you're in Panama City,
Yeah,
that is when you're in trouble. Panama City is mainly the most regulated for drones.
yeah, but if you're flying in David and you approach 500 meters within an airport, guess what? You're gonna be surrounded by a SWAT team, and you know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Rod just dropped all the laws in the chat there.
There we go. Yeah. What is the mortgage rate running for expats nowadays? Yeah, the mortgage rate for expats is 1% more than for everyone else, unless you're over 60. So the mortgage rate's running is mortgage rate flat out around 7% right now. But you do have to remember, if you're a foreigner or an expat, even if you have your schedule already, you're looking at putting, depending on how long you've been here, you're going to be looking anywhere between 20 and 40% down. They're not interested. Panama does not make loans like high-risk loans, and an expat is a high-risk loan because you could have the loan for 3 months and decide you don't like it in Panama and you're just getting out, and you paid 5% down. You just don't care. You're just leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Or marriage breakups or stuff like that. They don't want to get involved in stuff like that. So you're looking at 7%. If you're over, if you're a pensionable, or if you have the pensionable visa or over the age requirement, you can get a 1% discount. So that is possible.
But it does have to be paid off by 75.
Yeah, 75. So you'd have a minimum. But if you're doing 40% down, let's say you're doing 300,000, 40% down, so your mortgage is going to be 180. You could probably afford to pay that off in 15 years if you're only 60. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, 100 off. For those of you wondering what that 100 off in the chat, because a bunch of you have joined, for the next 2 weeks, only to you guys who join this chat tonight, you can have $100 off on any of our tours or Panama Total Access Pass. It's our 2026 gift to you.
Yep.
Joel, do any hospitals in Cherokee have their own health insurance program? Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's more of a discount program.
Yeah, I don't
specifically
even
with the
call it an
hospitals.
insurance program. It's
Right.
a discount program.
Yeah, it's very affordable, and it's great if your options are a little bit more limited, or maybe you're past the cutoff age for private health insurance, where you will pay a pretty small monthly premium to the hospital, and then they're going to cover 70% of medical costs, and you'll pay directly 30%.
The good thing in Cherokee Province and David, where the two big private hospitals, both of them you can use this. So you can shop around and even get your 30% lower. So let's say you need a heart stint. Thank you. Looking for that word. A heart stint put in. You could go to Cherokee Hospital, get a quote from the surgeon and the hospital. Hospitals in Panama for surgeries, you get two bills. One is the hospital and one's the surgeon. And then you go over to May Lewis and get a quote and find out the best one as long as you're comfortable with that surgeon, because the cheapest surgeon isn't always the best. And discount surgery. But yeah, and then you get it approved.
Or sometimes the same surgeon will say, we can do it more affordably at this hospital versus this hospital.
Yeah, that happens too. Okay. Hey, Paul, you're frozen. I hope it's your connection. Hope it's not ours. Okay. Are we reading that out loud?
Yeah, let me read it.
Okay.
Judith, when we move to Panama and wish to return home for 4 to 6 weeks, how do we ensure security of our home and manage humidity and mold? Yeah, so you'll want to keep some airflow going on in your house, keep some dehumidifiers running, fans running in the house. That will be the best way. 4 to 6 weeks isn't too long, so that should be plenty. If you can get a friend or neighbor to go check on the house every week too, open up the doors and windows for a few hours, that would be great. But that's not too long, so that should be enough. And it also depends on the season. If it's rainy season, you really want to make sure you're doing those things. If it's dry season, it's not as necessary, although you'll still want some airflow. Security, I mean, it depends on your home. Most homes here have bars on the windows and doors. If you don't, you're likely in a gated community, which has 24/7 security, or you have a really good home security system. Have a gate, have cameras, have an alarm system, but typically like the security setup you have will work throughout, your time away too. You can set up the smart home features with the lights on and off throughout the day to help it.
All I can say is make some friends, obviously. I've gone away. I have 2 friends in my life. That's it. They're actually here. But just kidding. But I used to travel a lot more than I did, and than I do now. But yeah, I had security cameras. Oscar and Megan have always had keys to my house, and just make some friends. If you see anything, have someone check it out. Yeah. It's really I have not had an issue ever. So, but
Oscar and I once left our house home open for an entire week. Yeah. We got home after, I think we did a tour together. Yeah. And we got home at the end of the week and came home, and the side door of our house was wide open.
Oops. And wide open.
There were 2 stray cats living in there, but nothing else was missing. That was in Boquete.
Okay. Alan and Belinda, we are bringing up the map, guys. And I have on the map for you, you can see it, Lucero Homes. That's where it is. Doesn't tell you much, eh? Well, let's pan in slowly.
There you go.
That is Boquete here. This is Alta Boquete that we see there. So from Alta Boquete, you take this windy road, and you will end up in Lucero. Okay?
It's about 10 minutes.
Bajo Boquete is right at the top here. And straight south of Lucero is David. So it's right where my pointer is.
It's about 45 minutes to David.
Really?
No, Lucero, no. Lucero will be an hour minimum.
I mean, it's 15 minutes, the main road in Alta Boquete, and 30 minutes down.
So that's where it is.
Yeah.
Good.
And about 20 minutes to Boquete.
Johnny enjoys. Paul, it's you. Hello. Okay. Well, there are Apple stores. Apple is not as popular as Android here whatsoever, but there are. There's an Apple store in David. There's a couple in Panama City.
Panama City. Usually main cities will have Apple stores. Santiago, Chitre, David. Maybe Panama, definitely Panama City, of course. Yeah. A couple locations.
But don't forget, they only service the phones that were bought here in Panama.
Yeah.
So they're not going to service under warranty your phone that you bring from the States. Because they're going to look at it, hey, this phone's not in Spanish.
No, they can look it up, but it's
Yeah.
not going to be any warranty. It's just they will have a specialized people that know how to work it, or your
Sure.
MacBook, or can you just switch to Android.
Hey,
Don't
Richard.
worry, I didn't.
Where's that phone? I was going to hide it. Hey, Richard. How hard is it to bring 4 dogs? About as hard as it is to bring 1 dog, but 4 times over. The question could be how expensive it is. You got 4 big dogs. I'm not going to lie to you. You're looking at about $2,500 a dog, all in, to bring them yourself on the plane in cargo. Now, 4 big dogs in cargo, there's going to have to be some real coordination. Possibly if just 2 of you, one might be flying one day, one might be flying the next day. 3 is not a problem with Copa Cargo, which is the only airline that flies dogs in cargo between United States and Panama City on a direct flight. And they allow 3. They get really antsy on 4. Sometimes if we start working really ahead of time, we can get that worked out. So, but like I say, we help people do like with problems like this to get that cost down, to get those savings down. But I'm looking at a lab, well, small Aussie, okay, a lab that's 60, 70 pounds. It's $1,350 just for Copa Cargo price themselves. Your international vet certificate, it's going to cost you $300 a dog, maybe 4, plus any vaccines you need. You're going to pay $155 a dog once you get here. So that $2,500 per dog is not really out of the picture. That's what it could be. But if you need help, just go to the website, retireinpanamatours.com, click on the contact, and give me all the details of the story. Paul Jackson.
How important is it to be fluent in Spanish? Can we get
Importante. No, is that wrong?
Close enough. Importante. That was good.
Importante.
Fluent in Spanish, it depends on what it's going to be your lifestyle. Now, it's not about being fluent, it's about to have the best attitude when it comes to the language barrier. Attitude is everything, especially in a foreign country. So Panamanians will not be expecting you to be fluent, like, hey, ¿cómo estás? ¿Qué más? ¿Cómo va todo bien? No, they're expecting you to be trying, making an effort, like buenos dias, at least the greetings, get to numbers, get the basic commands, and you would start building your vocabulary from there. But attitude is key. Sometimes we have foreigners, and that could be the bad image that can be lead for foreigners for any nationality. They're trying to impose their language, and they can be mad because the Panamanians do not speak their language. And it can happen in any other country. So it's like when you go to Rome, you could do as Romanians. That's the old saying that's still alive. So his attitude is key.
Yeah, even just knowing a little bit and having the right kind, attitude when you're approaching it. People appreciate that a lot. And then everybody's used to the Google Translate now or the ChatGPT to translate. And they work really well. I mean, there's so many apps now that will translate live speaking, and you can just follow along the conversation. So work with those, get those downloaded. That will help a lot. Yeah. And then if you can learn some of the basics, that would be really nice.
Yeah. So Paul, I'll give you 3 examples. Oscar speaks pretty good Spanish now. Megan, after 2 years of being here, is fluent in Spanish. 14 years after me being here, I can't carry on a conversation in Spanish. But I know enough. I don't worry if I have to call a supplier that only speaks Spanish. I can do it. I can use Google Translate. I can handle that. I don't worry about when I go shopping. I can have those conversations. So you can get by.
Actually, this is application I found out last month, and this application on your phone that you can just shows the language. You listen to people talking and start translating live what the people are saying back and forth. And there is applications that do that.
Yeah,
That would be a
there's
useful
lots
tool.
there, for
In
sure.
the meantime, you get used to, you get familiar, you get comfortable with just use your words, your own words.
And many local tutors too.
Mhm.
Classes.
Yeah.
It's easier to learn once you're here because you're
Yeah.
hearing it and using it every day.
Hey, when I was learning English, I was always embarrassed. I would say like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm just learning," and people were kind to me, but I was just making an effort and explaining myself that I was just learning.
Okay. We won't have pensions to declare. So how do we get a visa? There's something similar. Yes, there are. Benjamin and Charlene, Christine, the most popular second method is called the Friendly Nations visa, where you get a permanent visa, lifetime visa, and for an investment of $200,000, either in real estate or a deposit in a Panamanian bank. And that is for a couple. I should say it's $205,000 for a couple, and like a married couple. And the investment is for a minimum of 2 to 2.5 years. So if you're doing a real estate, it's like probably about 2.5 years. The CD about the same, but the certified deposit is probably going to be 3 years. A certified deposit will pay you around 5% interest right now. So. And the pensionado visa gets you basically, if you're under the pension age here, which is 55 for a woman, 60 for a man, you won't get the discounts right away like you would with the pensionado, but you will get the pensionado discounts once you turn the Panama pension age. Mm-hmm. There's also about 25 other visas in Panama. So pensionado just happens to be the most popular and the cheapest too.
Yeah. Well, I just recently got my 24-year-old daughter dependent visa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just a few that are the most popular for North Americans.
Yeah,
definitely. Okay. Next question.
Yes, Heidi, scouting in March, planning Cherokee, Asuero, and Coquelin. Any ideas available for a day trip in certain cities, or any guides? Yeah, so we have our Panama Total Access Pass, which I think Rod is going to pop in the chat, the link. And in there, you'll get our book, which has extensive chapters on all the most popular towns and preparing for your move, creating your own move checklist. It includes one-on-one calls with us for planning your trip as well as your move. And then it also includes our members area on our website, which has guides and contacts all over the country where you can reach out to them directly to plan your day trips in Cherokee, in Asuero, in Coquelin. And if you're not sure who to reach out to for who, you can reach out to us directly. We'll support you with that. And it makes it easy to plan your own trip and do it your own way, but still with the support that you need.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. Good deal. Hello, fellow Canadian Judith. How are you? You sound like me. I'm in the same situation. I'm not collecting my pensions. I don't plan on until I'm at least 68. But I don't need a pensionado visa. I came on a Friendly Nations visa years ago. Now, the only way to get a pensionado visa is with some type of a pension. This has to be a government pension or a private pension or some annuities. So mostly the big life insurance companies that have your money locked in for life and they're paying you a monthly annuity. And you have to be actually physically receiving it. When you apply for your pension, your lawyer is going to provide 1 or 2 proofs of deposits that you've actually received or receiving the pensions. So unless you got to collect something to get the pensionado visa. You could have $10 million in the bank and Panama doesn't care. You could be earning $10,000 a month interest on or dividends on your investments. You don't qualify for a pensionado visa. So they figure the people with money, they want them to go with the investment visa. They want them to put some of the money in. So that's the simple reason why.
Hey, Joanne, yes, Spanish apps. So Google Translate is really good. A lot of people like learning on Duolingo, but you'll learn a lot once you get here too. And we can give you some tutor contacts too.
Mm-hmm.
Are credit cards widely accepted? Yeah, Visa and MasterCard are accepted almost everywhere. You can also have some US dollar bills for local markets or vendors or tipping.
Yeah, you mentioned the Alto Boquete area. Just to make you sure what you're getting into there. Alto Boquete is a residential area. There are some fruit stands there, and the guy doesn't. Credit card machine never works. The one up by the turnaround, by the roundabout. I always pay him in cash, but I think there's a reason behind that. He doesn't want to tell his mom how much he actually sells. But yeah, so Alto, there's not a lot of stores. There is a supermercado in Alto Boquete. Well, there's a couple of them. They're fairly big grocery stores. Yes, they're going to have credit card machines, but they also have ATMs in the building that you can get some cash.
Yep.
But the major business of Boquete is downtown. And if you're going downtown and you want to hang around the markets or the vendors and stuff like that, you're going to need some cash. Yeah. Hey, Doug, how are you?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, you guys. Hope you're enjoying that warm, basking beach of Calgary.
I think it's over -50, huh?
Yeah, something like that.
Jeez.
Hey, look it up. Another fellow Canadian. You're in Cherokee for the winter. Good for you, Susan. I need to know if we have anything before the end of 90 days for up to 180 days. I'm sorry.
So
if I have to do something.
So you can stay for 180 days.
Yeah.
If you want to drive here, your driver's license is only good for 90 days because it lines up with the normal tourist visa. Panama did an extension for North Americans because they come here and they spend their pensions here and aren't competing for jobs. So they can stay for 180 days, but you can't drive here for 180 days, only 90. So you have to leave the country if you want to reset your tourist visa and still be able to drive for the next 90 days.
Yeah.
Whether that's a quick trip to Colombia or Costa Rica.
Yeah, have you been to Costa Rica, Susan? Yeah, I did it to Costa Rica before.
It'll be cheaper to Colombia, I would tell you.
Yeah.
If you aren't driving, there's no need to reset. You're good for 180
Exactly.
days.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Greg. Our plans are changing and looking to do part-time in Panama, maybe 3 to 4 months of the year is the best to do the residency visa. Absolutely, yes. You have no idea.
Especially if you qualify for pensionado.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry. The only residency visa that makes sense with right now is pensionado, unless you're purchasing something and then get a visa with it. Because the pensionado visa will cost you, Greg, if there's two of you, under $3,000 one time, never to be paid again. You get 25% off airfare. You get to come and go as you please because you're a resident of Panama. You don't need return tickets. You get 25% off your meals. You get 25% off your electricity if the place you're renting for 3 or 4 months. It'll take you 3 years, maybe 4, and you will pay for that just with the visa alone.
Skip the tourist line on the way. And
oh yeah, you skip the tourist line. You have your own line when you arrive, when your flight arrives in Panama City.
You don't have to worry about that 90-day cutoff for driving.
Yeah.
You'll be able to set up your Panama bank account.
You'll get a Panama license here, and you'll be perfectly legal, and you still keep your other foreign license.
Yeah, it will make life easier if you're planning to do 3 or 4 months yearly. If you need any lawyer recommendations, just reach out to us. We're happy to give you ours. They are incredible.
Wonderful. Okay. Oops. Sorry, Greg. Joanne, you're from Ontario. Good. Great. Never been to Panama. You got to come check it out. Hey, Carter. Hey, Cindy. Happy New Year. Feliz Año Nuevo. Carter's getting very Spanish, isn't he?
That's right. Well, you
Yeah,
should.
good for
A
him.
very Panamanian town. We're still at like a
Talk a bit about health insurance. What's that?
We're at a 7-Eleven timestamp, so some of these we already answered. Like health insurance, we did get
Yeah,
into
where did these
costs.
get? Because it's really.
We're still pretty far up. You might want to go a little.
Yeah, I have this one on the screen. Yeah, we talked about the different health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
See, it all depends on age and stuff like that. If you're looking for, like, let's go with a 60-year-old, $250 for full international insurance, $130 for a private hospital plan. That gives you, and then just, price it more if you're older, less if you're younger, basically.
And once you start residency, we can get you in touch with an insurance broker that can give you all your options.
If you want to get a phone and get service, Paul, in Panama City, go to a Teagle store. Do you still recommend this fully Teagle in Panama City?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Mossmobile.
Yeah, you can do
I always-
Mossmobile too, but
I've been using Tigo personally. Tigo has been working the
it
best.
says work, and he's in every corner of the country every
Yeah.
month. That's why I'm pointing to him.
Yeah.
So yeah. So go to an actual branded Teagle store, like not a convenience store that Teagle paid for their sign.
No, it has to be official Tigo.
Yeah,
store.
the actual official Teagle
Mhm.
store. I'm trying to think of the street that's on there.
Where in Panama City?
Well, I know where Paul's staying. So
in Panama City, Multiplaza will be the
Multiplaza has a Teagle store, yeah.
That's where I got actually.
Yeah.
I upgraded my
Yeah, that's
home.
close to him.
Great service, by the way. Bilingual.
When arriving on a U.S. tourist visa, is it okay at immigration to have flight, bus ticket at 180 days out and have lodging for a couple of weeks while looking for? Yeah.
No, it has to be flight. Like when you're coming into an international airport, it has to be a confirmation flight returning.
Yeah,
No.
not a bus out
Not
of
a
the
bus.
country.
Not a
They
bus.
typically will not accept that.
They will not.
It'll be that when you're flying into the country, the airline that you're flying in with, typically they will ask you to see your ticket leaving the country, and they want to see your book ticket.
The only time they will work the bus ticket confirmation is if you're crossing the border, like coming from Costa Rica. That was the only time they will work.
But even then, you really have to have a solid confirmation, not just, oh, I'll be crossing the border.
Yeah, I was answering the second half of it. Yeah, no, you don't need to show where you're staying for 6 months. You need to show, just like people come on our tours, we tell them to show the first night where you're
Mhm.
staying.
Mhm.
But yeah. And if you're coming from North America, you got to have a return flight. If they don't see a return flight, they're going to think, okay, what's this bus thing? Okay, you're coming in the back room. Okay, so, yeah. Okay.
Chrissy and Jeff, the dogs.
Oh, okay. There we go. Hey, Carice and Jeff. Two solutions. One is private jet, preferably jet share out of Florida. It's really not as bad as people think. Currently, the prices in Florida this fall have been around $26,000 for a private jet to either Panama City or David. You can get two couples
Bless you.
to share that. That's $13,000, and you could get three singles to share that with their dogs. You could get that down to $8,000, and a big dog, like I said, it's going to cost you $2,500. So it's not, it usually works better if you have two dogs on a private jet, because you're going to spend $5,000 either. So some people can handle spending 10. So that's one. The private jet is obviously the best. Number two is a company like Pets Go Global. Just Google that. PETS, Pets Go Global. Marla's great there, and they move dogs on actual animal cargo planes by FedEx and DHL and stuff like that. And they don't have that restriction that the passenger jets do.
AJ, you do not need to go to Miami to
You
set up
absolutely
your forwarding
don't
service.
want to go to Miami. Here, I'm gonna put the Latin American link. It's a different company totally.
You would connect directly with your office in whatever town in Panama you're moving to, and they'll give you your address, and you can do it all remotely.
Yeah, and it actually has nothing to do with mailbox, etc. in Miami. It's mbe.ca.com.
Rod's gonna put it in the chat.
I'm putting it in the chat. That is where you can set up your address with. Nothing to pay. Don't set. Just get a mailing address with.
Yeah, you can eventually do a paid plan if you find you're bringing in
Yeah,
enough.
if you use it enough. You got to be bringing in a couple packages a week like I do.
Yeah.
Actually, Megan brings in more than me. Miss.
I said just put it on Rod's plan.
Yeah, Miss Timo, what's it? What are you shopping at?
Yeah, but that's not their mailbox. That's free delivery.
Oh yeah,
Timu. Please talk friendly nations visa, establishing a corporation and work visa included.
Oh, there's no such thing, Heidi. And I'm being bluntly honest with you. That is created by somebody else. It's not created by immigration. That's how I came in 2012 and how Megan came in 2019.
2020 is
Yeah.
when we.
In 2022 of August, Panama changed the friendly nations visa for 3 methods. Number 1, get a job with an existing Panamanian company with a Panamanian history. Number 2, a job offer from a real. This is a 40-hour-a-week job where you go to work every day. That's number 1. Number 2 is investment $200,000 in real estate. Number 3 is investment $200,000 in a CD broker. Now, this is what's happening. And Heidi, I'm being very blunt here. Will this work for you? Yeah, maybe 90%. But what's happening? We constantly see, if you scour Facebook, you will find them too. I'm going for my final visa and I can't find my lawyer anymore. They don't answer my call, or they don't, or they want to charge me another $5,000, or they say I can't proceed because I did not pay myself Social Security for 2 years. And people just aren't getting the second final visa, and then they have to leave the country. It's a very disappointing thing. The $5,000 friendly nations visa is not back. Never was. So.
And a work permit is not included in any of these programs.
Yeah, you can't. Do you know how hard it is to get a work permit for a foreigner when that company doesn't have any Panamanians working for it? It's actually against Panamanian law. It's very difficult unless that person happens to be on your board of directors. But yeah, so
there are some immigration attorneys in Panama trying some tricky things here, but it's not guaranteed. So if you do the first application and then you apply 2 years from now for the permanent application, for the permanent residency on that second application, it could be totally different at that time. And they say, you didn't do the right steps. This is not what this was made for, because it wasn't. And there's a chance of denial. So we just want people to be clear.
No, we want people to be honest. We can't guarantee you're going to get your visa. We've seen so many people that aren't. We get calls. Problem is, it's not a problem, but at the top of our website is our phone number. And we get calls all the time from people stuck in the middle of this who never got their permanent visa, yet they spent thousands of dollars. And there are some firms creating corporations doing this for people, but they're charging $20,000 plus because that's what it costs. Because you have to have a job, you have to pay a salary, you got to pay Social Security, you got to pay income tax, you got to file all this stuff every year. You need an accountant.
You'll save more doing the CD version of a Friendly Nations and then taking that money out after a few years.
Yep.
Hey, Tristan.
If
you don't have the pension a month, $1,000 per person. It's not $1,000 per person if you're a married couple. It's $1,000 for a single, $1,250 for a married couple. But if you have assets in cash, not for the pensionable visa. Okay, assets have nothing. You can have, like I said, you can have millions of dollars in the bank. You can't get a pensionable visa from that.
But you could put $200,000 into a CD with a Friendly Nations
That's a
visa.
certified deposit is what that means here. Like we call them something different than U.S. and Canada.
And then you'll earn interest on that for that 2 to 3 years.
Yeah.
And then in that time, then you take it
Yeah,
out,
right.
or you could even change to real estate if you wanted to.
Or if you're not comfortable putting your money here, you could buy put $250,000 in a mutual life annuity plan that pays you $1,250 a month for the rest of your life, and those are accepted as pensions. Joanne, how much is a home in Caldera area? Folks, like, we get asked a question, how much is housing? It's the same as in the U.S. It's from 50,000 to $1 million.
Yeah.
Everything's available. So you could, in the Caldera area, you could spend 80, 90 grand on a home. You could spend $500,000 on a home.
Yeah.
And those are available
You
right
can
now.
spend $2 million.
Yeah, depends what you're looking for.
Models, yeah, 80, 160.
Yeah.
Between 80, 160. Something nice, something decent.
But if you're looking at North American standards, maybe gated community.
350 plus.
Yeah, there's all types of budgets there, Joanne.
Yeah.
And we're going to be happy to show them to you.
Look on the Panama MLS, type in Caldera, and you can see some listings there.
Also, are there Spanish lessons in Boquete?
Alto Boquete, yes, there is.
Yeah, there's actually Spanish by the river in Alto Boquete, but there's many in the Boquete region.
Yeah, $10, $15 an hour would be an average.
For private?
Yeah.
Paul says, our Panama Total Access Pass is incredible. Ooh, thank you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks
for the
Paul.
shout out.
It is.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Thanks,
Hey,
Rhonda.
Rhonda. Thank you. Alan and Belinda. I assume a Panamanian health insurance policy only covers issues experienced in Panama. No, Alan and Belinda, mine is international, anywhere in the world. So you can get two. Most plans are international, or Oscar and Megan, because they're young, healthy lives, they have Latin American plan, which covers Central America and Colombia.
No, we actually just changed to an international
So you
plan
changed that. Okay.
with $1,000 deductible
Yeah.
throughout the Americas or worldwide.
Worldwide, I believe.
Yeah.
It's worldwide.
Yeah. So they're
And we
They've
have
been
four. I
changing.
mean, we're us and two kids.
Yeah.
And I think it's like $450 a month.
Yeah.
Reported.
okay. Once you guys figure out the amount, you come back on.
That's what I was gonna charge my credit card.
So-
That's what I know.
So mine is,
Okay.
again, Alan and Belinda, I'm 6'1", as you know. It's $250, but it covers me around the world. I have two different deductibles. I have 1,000 in Central America, and I have 10,000 elsewhere. I do that for a reason. I don't travel outside of Central America and Colombia very often, once a year. I buy gap insurance to cover my deductible. So, and that really lowers my rate. So.
And then you are supposed to be in Panama for 6 months a year in order to qualify.
Minimum. Exactly. Yeah, like you can't buy now I'm talking now to your 50-year-old US folks who are saying, oh my God, I'm paying $900 a month insurance for one person. And they are. You can't come here, buy your insurance here, live here 2 months of the year, and then live in the States.
A lot of them have also 90-day limits.
Exactly. I was just going to say that. Yeah. A
in
lot of
North
them have
America.
90 days in North America.
In just a certain few countries, just because it's so expensive.
Perfect. Cynthia, how do we obtain our driver's license? And do we have to give up our U.S. license in order to get it?
You do not have to give up your U.S. driver's license. And you can get your foreign driver's license authenticated at your embassy or consulate here in Panama. And then take that authentication to our Certricen, which is like the DMV here. That's where you get your license. And they'll just do a hearing and vision check. You'll also need to take a Panama blood type test from a Panama lab. And if you're over 70, also take a doctor's note saying good health to drive. And with that, you'll be able to get your Panamanian driver's license, $40 to print it out for you. Or if you're pensionado, $32.50, I think it is.
Okay, we got to do round robin here. Rhonda's moving from Volcan to Panama. She thinks you'll like it much. Lots more activity. How much is the electricity? Because it's more humid. It's 10 degrees hotter. It's actually 20 degrees hotter.
Just depends on how much AC.
Yeah. So you're going to be paying $90 to $110 per AC unit that you run 24/7. That's the basic rate. It's $20 a kilowatt here. So always consider $100 a month for every AC unit that runs 24/7. Yeah, no alarms really needed in high rises.
We confirmed it's $395 health insurance for a family of 4.
There we go.
For international.
Full coverage.
Yeah.
Cheryl, internet service was more reliable than Vancouver and my home where I came from 14 years ago in Panama, and has been ever since. I only have one. I'm running Starlink right now. I haven't. My second one isn't. My backup isn't installed yet. Well, Starlink's going to be the backup but we have fiber throughout the country. $35 a month for 500 megs. You can get 1,000 if you need it. Can't imagine why. The most unreliable part is the power outages, but just get yourself a battery backup so you can so your battery doesn't come up. So
just have a couple simple backups in place, and you'll be fine. That's what we do.
I do this.
Next one.
I hold a pensionado visa. When I purchase a brand new car, can I get a discount? Okay. You're looking for a down payment. Carter, well, yeah, no, your discounts aren't on vehicles.
Yeah.
Your discounts are only on services related items.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I will suggest to get a car that you can actually have a decent resale, and something more with more history. Mm-hmm. So get a Suzuki or Hyundai, Kia.
Or watch what the Asian models that are actually backed by big dealerships now. There's a couple.
The only one that kind of has the best reputation is Jetour and BYD.
Yeah, because they're actually backed up by major dealerships.
Well, yeah, BYD is a E electrical. It's like a competition of Tesla, but the Jetour is by Petro Autos, which is Hyundai, and there is another one is by Honda, Bahia Motors, which is the Yali.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. We got to quickly go. We're round rapid. What does it look like? It varies area by area. Some people you pay, some areas you pay an annual fee. The tax only pays an annual fee. I know in Buketi it's $80 a year.
Yeah, trash pickup is very affordable. In
my area, a guy in his pickup truck honks the horn outside, and I run $2 to him, and he takes all my bags. Yep. Panama has a full postal code system, but we do not have door-to-door mail anywhere in Panama. So that's a whole nother topic. I want to get into, do you see anything big here? Quick thing, we are on Sunday, we're going to launch our new Q&A schedule. Want to do a couple things different in January. Singles, want to have a singles one because I've got so many questions in the last 2 months. Do singles come on your tours? Yes. And 25% of them. Best banks for expats. We're just going banking. We have online banking. We have secure banking. It's all good. It's not insured. Read about it in our banking section. We like multi-bank, Banco General, BAC,
Global
Bank. Thank you, Global. We all know the answers. Yeah.
Typically, they want to see source of income and cash deposit. Everyone is going to be a little bit different requirements.
Andrew and Jennifer, hey guys, how are you? Can we get a Panama license and open a bank account while we're on temporary? Yes, you can. You don't even have to have the physical card, well, for the bank account. You do need your physical temporary card to get your driver's license, guys. We can get you a bank account we can start the process after you meet with your lawyer, and your lawyer will provide a letter saying you're in the process. What do you recommend for U.S. streaming service? A VPN, Heidi. You can bring them all down. A VPN, I recommend Surfshark. Which health insurance company? MAPFRE, M-A-P-F-R-E. I got down to the bottom, guys. Is it easy to find reliable contractors to build a home? Absolutely not. Not easy. You can. There are some beautiful homes been built here.
Yeah,
But you need your contacts here, folks. We can, once we get to know you, we can help you through that process and find it. So,
All right.
Yeah.
If we
3
missed
months.
any, sorry, there were a lot of great questions.
Countdown
And
clocks. I know
we'll be
way
back
more of you
next
guys
week.
showed up. We're back on our regular Q&A schedule. Look on the Sunday news email. If you haven't, folks, please go to our website, fill in the form, register get it on our newsletter every Sunday. We send you out a Sunday news, what's going on in Panama, and let you know of the Q&A schedule.
Feel free to contact us directly if you have any questions.
Exactly. Oh, and the 100 off. There's a bunch of more people out here. 100 OFF. That is a discount code that's good for 2 weeks from today till January 15th. That any new purchase of a future 2026 tour or access pass, it's on sale for 2 weeks only. $100 off. That is a coupon code for you.
Go get them while they're hot.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Thank you for showing up on New Year's Day.
Yeah,
that's right.
We wish you nothing but a beautiful, prosperous 2026,
2026.
full of joy, happiness, health, and abundance.
And Panama adventures.
And Panama adventures with us.
Right on. Okay.